This ancient Chinese story will change how you see life forever. Welcome back to Mary's Fireside Chats. This is where we talk about deep spiritual truths that can change your life. There was this old farmer who lived in a tiny village. One day, his only horse ran away, and all of his neighbors gathered around and they said, "Oh, how terrible. I'm so sorry for you. How bad?" But the farmer said, "Good, bad, who knows?" Well, the next morning, the horse returned with a whole herd of wild horses, and the neighbors were so excited. They came and they said, "Wow, this is so great. Now you have a whole herd. How amazing." And the farmer said, "Good, bad, who knows?" The next day, the father's son tried to tame one of the wild horses, and he fell and he broke his leg. And all the neighbors came and said, "Oh, how bad, how evil, how terrible." But again, the farmer said, "Good, bad, who knows?" Well, a few weeks later, soldiers came in and drafted all of the young men in the village into the army. But they left the farmer's son because of his broken leg. And all the villagers came and they said, "Wow, how amazing, that's great." And this time the farmer said, "Good, bad, who knows?" Life is full of ups and downs, but what if we don't see the full picture clearly? What if there's a higher perspective that's beyond good and evil that unlocks true peace? We live in this world of duality and polarity. That's what the tree of knowledge of good and evil is all about. But we forget that we can rise up into the top of the pendulum, which is where things stay still and peaceful. Even if the bottom of the pendulum is swinging back and forth between bad and good. There were two trees in the garden in Genesis. The tree of life represented oneness, wholeness, unity. The tree of knowledge of good and evil represented this world of duality, of polarity, where some of the light is blocked out. Instead of judging every event in our lives as good or bad, we're invited to see things from God's perspective, where all things work together for the good. When you stop living from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, where good and bad exist, and you start elevating and living from the tree of life, everything changes. Every moment we can shift our perspective from this view of good and evil and bad and good and hot and cold into a higher dimension where only truth, life, righteousness, and love exist. Even when our whole world seems to be falling apart, you can rise up and view things from a higher perspective. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up. We need to see that you like this content so YouTube knows to show it more often. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another Fireside Chat. Every negative thing that you go through in your life is just a process that God is taking you through. He's processing you. He's refining you to draw out the impurities and make you a better version of yourself.